Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be why you won and now you know it. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. So frequently on the channel, I create videos to motivate you, to inspire you, to let you know that you are not alone. And there are certain kinds of videos I create which include winning. Now, when you were in the narcissistic relationship, you felt like you were doing anything but winning, but you are winning because you're here in the community. You are out of the narcissistic relationship, or you are about to be removed from the relationship. Maybe you have developed an exit plan. Maybe it's when the kids are going to graduate university or high school, or maybe it's when you sell the house. Maybe it's when you finally get divorced, etc. But the narcissist will be removed from your life if they haven't already. And this is when you begin winning. Now, when I say winning, you have to understand a few things. The narcissist looks at people as competition, at people as opportunities, at people to be played and manipulated. That is not how you see people. You are a beautiful, bright, shining light that I talk about on the channel, maybe even an empath. And the narcissist knew this when they met you, and they sized you up, and they figured out who you are and who you were and what they could do with you. Bear in mind, you did not know that narcissism was prevalent on the planet. You weren't taught this in school, so you thought that most people had your best interest at heart. Whether you were born into the narcissistic family, or you fell in love with the narcissist, or they were your friend or coworker, colleague, next door neighbor, etc., you finally got that light bulb moment, and you realized that not everybody does have your best interest at heart, and the narcissist is certainly at the top of that list. But remember that the narcissist looks at you as a competition. Whether the relationship ended yesterday or 10 or 20 or 30 years ago, they will always think of you as the one that got away, the one beautiful, bright, shining light that catapulted their life forward for a period of time, and you escaped the relationship. And that is really, sincerely, when you began winning. Now, when I say winning, you are not in a competition with anybody. You are a beautiful person who just wants stability. You want abundance, you want serenity, you want calmness, you want growth. And that's what I want too. But when you process what the narcissistic relationship was, and you wrap your head around what the glossary and the terms and definitions on the narcissistic abusive cycle are, and how they affected you for a period of time, which again was the length of that relationship, and you learn what gaslighting is, and what triangulation is, and what stonewalling is, and the smear campaign, and what you realize what mirroring is and projection, and you really process those terms and you couple them with your real life experience when you were in the relationship, that equals wisdom. And when you no longer are pining for the narcissist or wanting to see them or hear their voice, etc., that is when you reach the pinnacle of indifference, the mountaintop of indifference, when you no longer care about the narcissist or anybody from that period of time. You've removed them, you've gone no contact, you've blocked them, and you've removed flying monkeys and people associated with them. Now, bear this in mind. If there are stable, healthy people, example, your kids, and your kids are still in contact with the narcissist, but you're divorced from them, well, then of course you're going to be in contact with your kids. That's what you should be doing. But what I'm sharing is, bear in mind that the narcissist will always be trying to gather and acquire information about you. So just say the least amount you can. But as the thumbnail mentions, why you won and now you know it, it's because you don't have to be in the same household as that person any longer. You don't have to experience the poor behaviors. You don't have to wonder when they are coming home, who they are with, what they are doing, why they won't reply to your texts. You won't have to be thinking, wait, the narcissist, i.e., and remember, back then you didn't know they were a narcissist, but you don't have to be thinking, well, that person, they're going away every Friday and they're coming back Monday morning halfway through the day, and they've been doing this for a couple weeks now. What's going on? Well, what's going on there is you're finally putting two and two together. They probably have the new supply lined up, or they did. But back then you were caught up in the devaluation stage. You didn't know what was going on. You were believing in the mask. You were believing in the words that the narcissist was telling you. And you couldn't understand how perhaps a person that claimed that they loved you and you fell in love with them didn't have your best interest at heart. Well, they didn't, they don't, and they never will. And when you wrap your head around that this person, the one person in your life that created all of the destruction, all of the manipulation, all of the confusion and chaos, and they instilled the smear campaign, and they blew up relationships all around you, left, right, and center. They stole your hobbies from you. They stole your energy. They took your money. They took your health. They blew up what you used to love. When you realize that that person is nothing but a toxic energy vampire / narcissistic individual who will be doing that with anybody they enter a relationship with. It wasn't just you. But having said that, you're in the community and you are becoming awakened and aware, educated and empowered, and you did find that needle in a haystack. Maybe you typed something into the search engine or Google, or you were on YouTube and you found out, example, you typed in spouse won't talk to me or something like that, and you went down the rabbit hole of education and the rabbit hole of exploration, and the rabbit hole got bigger and bigger and bigger, and then there were multi other rabbit holes you had to go down because you started investigating or looking into one person, the toxic person who took you down for the count, but didn't, and they failed. And then you went and explored other people, maybe other immediate family members, maybe other friends or colleagues or acquaintances. And then you realize, wait, that person was toxic too. So was that my best friend, my sister, my brother, my mom? This is what we do. And when you separate yourself and you remove yourself from these relationships and you really insulate yourself and make your social circle and your circle around you smaller, and you're in that cocoon of boundaries and you're healing and you're processing things and understanding things, and you don't have to deal with the day-to-day drama, the day-to-day manipulation, the day-to-day lies, the day-to-day cheating, the day-to-day stealing, the day-to-day manipulating you. When you don't have to do that, you really have time for yourself. And that's when you focus on yourself. And when you do that, you slow your life down and you process things. You perhaps see a therapist, you journal, you meditate, you watch videos, you read, you heal childhood wounds if necessary, and you understand that that relationship was the most challenging relationship you had ever been a part of. It almost took you down for the count, but it didn't. And here you are. And you are fortunate, you are grateful, and you are now learning, you're growing, you're teaching. You are now elevating yourself into the third version of yourself, the strongest, most galvanized version of yourself known to humankind. That's a place where the narcissist can't even fathom how you got there. It's a place where there is no room for the narcissist. It is a place where I am standing waiting for you, trying to pick you up and pull you up over across the bridge onto that pinnacle of indifference. And there are hundreds and thousands of us there, I can assure you. We're waiting for you. We've been waiting for you. Maybe this is the time, maybe this is the day, maybe this is the hour when you go no contact. Maybe you finally get that light bulb message and you say to yourself, I can't do it any longer. Andrew's right. I need to take charge. I need to take action. I need to do this now. Because that's when you begin winning. You begin winning when you take charge of your life. You don't believe the mask. You don't believe the false narrative of the narcissist, and you don't believe their words, because their words are just like their core. They are hollow, they're shallow, they're empty, there's nothing to them. That is why people, at times, they will go back and accept a Hoover or remain in communication with the narcissist, and they know that they shouldn't, but it is very challenging for them. So they have to really dig in deep and understand that going no contact is the path. But all these things I'm mentioning to you, they equate to one thing: you winning. And when I say winning, I'm not saying like a football game or a soccer match. I'm saying winning your life, taking it back, taking charge of the reins, doing what you want, when you want, with whom you want, without the narcissist. You see, the narcissist believed, past tense, that they owned you. They believed, past tense, that they could do whatever they wanted with you. And they believed that you would never escape the trauma bond. Now, all those things were accurate and true and factual. But what happened is, along the way, you figured out that you're stronger than you know, and that, in fact, you do not need the narcissist. The narcissist needed you. Play that again. You see, the narcissist is a people carnivore. They need to consume people. They need people to regulate themselves. The narcissist cannot sit still. The narcissist cannot be alone. The narcissist needs their 3 smartphones. The narcissist needs to always be on the go, looking for people to manipulate, looking for ways to create devastation, looking who they can talk to drink the Kool-Aid of the smear campaign. This is what the narcissist was doing way before they met you. This is what the narcissist is doing right now, and this is what the narcissist will be doing until they take their very last breath. Challenging words I just mentioned, but it's reality. You see, the narcissist, as they age, they become the aging narcissist. They get worse over time. They deteriorate. They cannot wear the mask that they used to wear when they were 20, 30, 40, 50 years. They now have to change it to a different mask, but they are always believing that they're smarter than you. They're always believing they're more beautiful than you. They're always believing they're more intelligent than you. And they always believe they are entitled to have whatever you have. That is why frequently, if the narcissist was a member of your family, brother, sister, mom, dad, aunt, uncle, etc., many times, and if you're an empath, they really want to come back into your life, but they don't leave and come back. They do it multiple times because the narcissist wants to come back once you've recharged your battery, once you've given them time. once you've processed things, now I'm not saying healed, once you've allowed them to cool down, then many times they come back into your life. And what will they do? They will stay stuck in the same loop, and they'll be saying to you again, hey, can I just borrow $1,000? I know you loaned it to me a couple years ago and I never paid you back, and I won't pay you this money back, but believe me this time when I tell you I will borrow the money and I will pay you back. But see, they won't pay you back because this is what the narcissist wants. They're lazy, they're cowards, they're hollow, they're shallow, they're bullies. They are thieves of energy, thieves of money, thieves of beautiful, bright, shining light, and thieves of all of the things that you possess. They want to take you over. They want to control you. They want to manipulate you. They want you to believe in the mask, but we don't do that. That is why you have won, and now you know it, because go back in time when you were in the narcissistic relationship. You had sleepless nights. You were pining for the narcissist. You were wondering who it was when the phone rang, or if you got a text, you would drop whatever you were doing to answer and or react to that text. And your life was put on hold. You became a shell of yourself. You became an extension of the narcissist. You lost your identity. You were the unpaid helper. You were the walking apology. You were the sounding board. You were the living ATM. You were the person who was regulating that petulant child, i.e. the narcissist. But you didn't know what you were up against because you were believing in the mask. Maybe even you fell in love with them. Maybe even they guilted you into staying in that relationship. Maybe it was your mom or dad saying, hey, we gave you life, you owe us. Or stick with the family, blood is thicker than water, etc. All of these notions are all from old school. The notions of the new school, which is today, the here and the now, the present moment, are insulate and protect yourself to the best of your ability, specifically at times from immediate family members, but certainly from all toxic people, i.e. narcissists. That's what you must do. That is exactly the path. Because giving people extra chances, or giving people more and more chances when the same result happens over and over and over again, which means you get let down, you become frustrated, you lose your energy, you lose your focus, you lose parts of your life to people who have none of your best interest at heart. That's not what the solution is. The solution, again, is to go no contact or utilize gray rock if you can't go no contact. But remember a few things before I get ready to close the video. 1, the narcissist can't change. 2, they can't introspect. 3, they won't be accountable. 4, they believe everything is your fault. 5, they will say whatever they can to get you to believe in the false narrative of the mask. That is why so frequently the narcissist, when they slithered away onto the new supply, if perhaps they did discard you, or if you ended it yourself, that's why the narcissist tries to hoover many times after a month, 6 months, a year, 5 years, 10, 20, 30. Why? Because you're the one that got away. You're the smart one. You're the one with boundaries. You're the one that went no contact. You're the one that they couldn't control once you figured out the puzzle, once you figured out exactly what was happening with you. That is what we do. Once we close the chapter of the book on the narcissist, we don't look back. We take the lifelong learning lessons from that relationship. We apply them to present day. We do not predict the future, because we can't predict the future. We live in the present moment, the here and the now. That is the path. We live in the present moment. The narcissist lives for the moment. There is a huge difference between those two meanings right there, or those two explanations right there, because the narcissist is always looking for the next new shiny object. That's not what you're doing. You've now slowed your life down. You've now healed. You've now processed things. You've now journaled. You've now understood that that relationship was the most challenging relationship known to humankind, but you escaped it and you beat it, and here you are. And why you have won and now you know it? Because your life is drama-free, manipulation-free, and certainly toxic/narcissistic-free, you can now really take stock of how far you've come, how strong you are, why you did win, why the things that all the challenging nights and the sleepless nights and the tears and the angry stage perhaps you experienced, why they were all worth it. Because this is the relationship that you needed to heal from. The other relationships, whether they were family relationships, friends, romantic, or neighbors or colleagues, they were just people that came and went, entered and exited your life. No harm, no foul, most of them. But the narcissistic relationship, that's not what it was. It was an energy vampire. It was a shapeshifter, a dark energy force trying to take you down under the disguise of being your best friend, or being your romantic interest, or being the one that loves you, or the love of your life, etc. That's not the case. We now know that if it looks too good to be true, it probably is. If it sounds too good to be true, it definitely is. And just because somebody perhaps may have a good-looking exterior, maybe a beautiful face, maybe a beautiful body, maybe the way they walk, maybe the words they use, etc., it doesn't mean that that's who they are. That's just a way to dangle a carrot in front of you to have you fall for the mask, to have you believe that perhaps that person is the best person you will ever meet, but that's not the case. And there is a duck super close to me, so I'm gonna get ready to close this video. The case is that you need to understand that you are the priority. You come first, second, and third, and that the narcissist can't change, but you are changing, or you have changed. So before I close the video, understand that you have one, and now you know it. Everyone, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning, no matter where you are on the planet. You are not alone. Remember that, you are not alone. God bless you. I will talk to you soon. And there is a huge amount of geese walking right by me, and I hope I don't get attacked. I love you all. God bless you. Namaste. I love you all. God bless you. Bye.